The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Bridgewater. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Gano the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following a pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Going deep here for Landry. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throwing, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A quick throw now complete to Ross. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 8 coming up. Play action now. Bridgewater. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Now Saquon Barkley. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, this defense for the Colts, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That's good for 28 yards.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in, and it made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Bridgewater. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They give to Taylor out of the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater fighting to stay upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Azeez Ojulari.
Able to run him down for a loss of 18 yards, and it will be 4th down as well. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Here comes Tony on the return.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Going deep downfield for Ross.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the Colts are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run with Hines. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Jones. He'll get this one to Golladay. And they'll get this down to the 10. Jones to Golladay there for a Giant first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw again, Jones. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Grover Stewart, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their first half lead. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Eason off the play fake. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. John Ross with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it is 42-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and... Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 66 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Here's a give to Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw caught by Tony. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line. Jones finding Tony for a Giants first down. A first down carry for Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This is Hines. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off near the 44. Past the 20. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, an 80-yard touchdown. And it's for pride now, but the Colts get a bit closer. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's Jones off the play fake. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Giants 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds Ross. Right side, it's complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, standing right around the midfield stripe. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Eason. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing is Eason. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Eason to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with the struggles they've had putting points on the board, he's the one who's had the breakthrough, trying to find him again for another one to try and add to their total.
Now Eason. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keon Crossen. CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they'll indeed take a knee. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
James Bradbury there to make the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Taylor. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Taylor. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.